Hi, welcome to the Black Umbrella, the podcast, episode 2. I am Maji. Today we have a special guest,
Jasmine.
And today's topic is going to be, is cheating back okay if you were cheated on? Okay.
Juicy, spicy.
What you think? Have you ever cheated back on somebody? Have you ever cheated on somebody? First of all, I think
I have.
to answer this, you got to be able to cheat first. Some people got it in them, some people don't.
I mean, I think anyone who has ever said, there may be some people out there who have never cheated. Probably cancers and
I've never
some
cheated.
other sign.
I'm a Leo and I've never cheated.
I've
never cheated. As bad as I've wanted to.
Are you a serial monogamous dater?
Yes.
There we go.
I truly believe in having one person at a time.
But are you always in a relationship?
No, I'm not. I'm actually one of those people. I actually have a lot of space in between relationships. Let's say now in my late 20s and then now in my 30s. Yes, I have space in between. There's not a lot of screwing around.
Before that, did you go from relationship to relationship?
Yeah. Because I didn't know how to navigate a situationship. Like, I didn't know the difference, I figure, if I'm always seeing you, we always spending time together, we always having sex, we're in a relationship. I figured that was the basics.
So I will never say that cheating is okay, because I believe communication is where people should always try to go to first. But I think when you're looking and breaking down a question like this, you're going to look at it from two different perspectives, especially in the age that we're living in now. So you have people who look at and believe in monogamy, so people will be with one person forever. And then you have people who believe that monogamy is not the way of living. I'm someone who's ethically non-monogamous, so I don't believe that two people are meant to just be together or that one person cannot fully fulfill one duty.
What? Why not? Yeah, okay, now see, when you say that, I get kind of lost, because it's like, if you find the right person, they will check a lot of boxes.
A lot of boxes, not all the boxes.
But why can't most people be happy with having a majority of the boxes checked?
Why?
Because nobody's perfect. You're not going to get... Nobody has all the boxes.
Correct. But
So,
why can't I have someone that can enjoy talking my politics and philosophies with me, and then I have a partner that I can enjoy cooking and doing fun, goofy stuff with, and then I have a partner that I have these other connections with, because just because I have these connections with these multiple partners, it doesn't take away from what I have with these other people, because they give me and fill completely different parts of my buckets. And I think if people maybe realize that, cheating would occur less.
But are you having sex with all these partners?
Maybe not.
Because that makes shit murky. No.
Because relationships can be different for everyone in these different dynamics. Some people, this is where it goes deeper, because I think people don't understand what actual sexuality is for people. And some people can have intimacy. Intimacy is not just two people having sex.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who are demisexual, and I can't even have intercourse with some people until we connect on some sort of mental level.
I can see that.
And so maybe in the past, you said you've never cheated, correct?
Never cheated. Nope.
Have you been cheated on?
Yes.
Now, in your past relationships, were you someone that had to spend a consumable amount of time with your partners?
Yeah, I always found that happened that ended up happening, I found that I would be spending days and days out with this person. Most of the time for me, when I was in relationships, like my serious relationships, we were living together. So yeah, you gonna spend
And then
a considerable amount of time.
And then I'm sure it's gut crushing when you find out this person is cheating on you, because you're like, how did they even do this? And I'm not saying it's out for the person that's cheating, but the story I tell myself when it's happened to me, like when I've been that person that's cheated, are when it's been my friends who have been in those situations. People have felt smothered. They feel like they want to escape a box. They feel like there's something else out there. So if maybe we haven't grown up in a society that has taught us that this is the way of living that you are supposed to, and this is my version, that we're supposed to live this whitewash religion version, that you are supposed to find this perfect person. You are then supposed to get married in this religious ceremony that's supposed to be traditional and do all this stuff that is a colonized way of living. And then live this perfect romanticized story that Disney and everyone else has told to us. And then when this perfect story doesn't happen, then we're left with this cognitive dissonance of what the fuck.
Well, I think this.
And then cheating happens.
Like you said, I feel like if you're a monogamous person and you get with the monogamous person, or you claim to be, right? If you get to a point where this is no longer feeding your soul, this is no longer something you want to be a part of, that's the time to say, okay, let's break up. Not let me tell you things that I know will keep you in this agreement that we've made, but I'm going to step out of this agreement we've made. I understand if two people who don't believe in monogamy get together. That's how I feel. If you're a monogamous person and you're in a monogamous relationship, then a monogamous relationship is really just an agreement. You know, I agree to only be with you, you agree to only be with me, all right, and we're going to act accordingly. So, but when you start doing other things that are breaking just the foundations that y'all laid together, then yes, that's what makes it wrong. If I'm doing something that I know my monogamous partner does not like or wouldn't like, or I'm spending time with somebody who has an intimate interest in me or romantic interest in me, and my partner is unaware of that, that's even cheating to me too.
So if you have a girl
Mm-hmm.
and she's hanging out with a group and someone happens to be there and they have an interest in her, that makes you feel uncomfortable?
No. It's not that simple.
I'm just asking clarification.
No. I'm gonna clear it up too. No, it's more so of, this is a person that you maybe have to be around, right? Maybe because you can't control where this person goes, right?
As long as there's set boundaries there.
But if you're intentionally placing yourself around this person and in this person's space, then yes, I will have a problem with it. If you know this about the person too, why are you intentionally placing yourself in this, right? And that's just a level of cheating, I believe, before sex, before somebody does something like sex. That's a form. Right? Like I said, it's an agreement.
That's fair. I think if you have two monogamous people and they find themselves in these situations, this is where I think more couples or more relationships need to rely on making sure they are in alignment of, it goes down to the communication, making sure you are able to have those conversations. A lot of people focus on love languages, but how are you both hearing and receiving those love languages? Because maybe you're both trying to communicate, but you're not hearing. So if you're not being receptive to what the other partner is saying, then one may be saying, hey, I'm unhappy, but the other one's not hearing it. So then now someone is stepping out.
But then it should not happen. I've been to a point where the relationship just wasn't it no more. I've been to that point where girls just hit me up while I'm in a relationship where I could be like, well, I am in a situation where this ain't it no more, so I might as well go and hit this chick. Instead of, no.
Well, let me ask you this. When the girl has hit you up, have you told your significant other that so-and-so hit you up?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell the yeah. I'm that type. But I realize, the way I operate in monogamy is rare. Because a lot of people claim to be monogamous who may truly not be monogamous, and they may not realize that they lie. They may not realize they lying to themselves. Excuse me. They lying to themselves. So when they do these behaviors, they're not even aware of the reasons why they do it. I get that. I get all of that. And that's why I'm secure when I say I know I'm a monogamous person. And no, it's not hard to not cheat. It's not hard.
I'm going to go back to that word you just used. It's not the monogamous. It goes back to the word secure. People don't realize how much their personalities lie into their responses from... It's funny, everyone, like, if you go to therapy, X, Y, and Z, everyone's like, your childhood plays into effect on your relationships and stuff like that. I think a lot of it goes down to people who cheat, they're avoidant.
Avoidant personality style?
Yeah, 100%, I know my personality type is, I'm avoidant as hell. As much as I like to confront things, it's to a certain point. I'm now at a point in my life where I've done a lot of healing, a lot of progressing, a lot of calling myself out. Like that TikTok, is it me? Am I the problem? No, sometimes, no, bitch, you are the problem. And I think until people get to a point in their life where they kind of have to step back and be like, okay, things did happen to me and that sucks, but eventually you have to take accountability. So you're not doing those same things to other people. And you may have just always been a point in your life where you are more secure to be able to handle the bullshit and call yourself out on accountability. And I think people who are serial cheaters, they're not able to hold accountability.
Absolutely.
And I think that is where the difference is. And the thing that we often see a lot in the poly community are people who are in the swinger community or just ethically non-monogamous community. A lot of people would think, people just like to sleep with each other, or you have a lot of people who will say they're in that community because they think that it's just super easy. Jealousy comes up. It's a huge thing. But you have to be able to hold yourself accountable to that. So if you haven't done the healing and self-work, it is not a lifestyle for you. Because, no, not everyone is around here just sleeping with each other. Some people don't even like to be intimate because of the trauma that they've endured, which is how they found themselves in that lifestyle, because they don't have family, because a lot of people in the community are LGBTQ plus. So some of them don't even like to be touched, or they need multiple partners, or they have different weird kinks. I don't use weird in a derogatory term.
No, I know what you mean.
But so you have to be very secure in a sense, but also very aware. But there are times where you do break down. And you have oh my God, because your partner first time your partner stays the night somewhere else. It is a little edgy, but you have to have those coping skills to bring yourself back down. Because a lot of us have been cheated on, and we have cheated.
You know what I got stuck on though? And I heard everything you said, but I got stuck on something when you talked about your attachment style. Because a lot of people don't even know about attachment styles, let alone what their attachment style is. Now you said you said something that stuck out, that your attachment style is avoidant. Thus, I hate to say
dismissive, avoidant.
Yeah, I hate to say not being able to, but for lack of better terms, right? you won't just have one partner, and I feel like what if that's a direct result of your particular attachment style right now? Because I have an attachment style. So I feel like my attachment style makes sense where I would be a serial monogamous person. Does that make sense? Do that make sense?
I mean, I think
you avoid that actual like commitment, and maybe there's even a subconscious fear at the root of everything on somebody not being able to fully fulfill you. But the thing is, like, when you go into a relationship, let's take everything tangible off the table, right? When it's just you bringing whatever you and what you have, non-tangible stuff, not your clothes, not your money. I mean, your personality, your spirit, your morality, your ethics, all that type of stuff. So, when a person, maybe is that possibly like a fear of yours, where it's like, do you feel like there's some deficits that you may have, and that may be a reason that you won't feel secure in just one person? Like,
I mean, maybe possible. That's not something I've ever quite thought about. It's not something I've ever asked my therapist. Out of all the questions I've ever asked, that's not one I've ever. I will say, I am married. Longest relationship I've ever been in. We've been together 9 years. This October will be 5 years married. And I didn't realize I was ethically non-monogamous till probably few years into dating. And I didn't learn about attachment styles until probably a few years after that. But that's honestly a fantastic question. And it could very well likely be. I think when I look at myself in reflection of partners, I'm just someone, I mean, I can't ever pick what I want to do. Whenever people I start a job with and they're like, oh, what all have you done? I'm like, well, let's answer what I haven't done. So it could very possibly be that my avoidance travels through a lot. But I think as I've progressed, because I'll be 34 in January, I feel a lot more secure now in more aspects of my life than I ever have. And there's less in my life that I feel like I avoid. But I think just when it comes to relationships, I think I just have a deep passion for people and curiosity at this point now. And I don't know if it's something that is just ingrained in me or if it is my attachment style. So now I have to do more thinking and deep diving due to your question.
I didn't mean to put you down a rabbit hole. I love
rabbit holes. No, I mean,
on a bigger scale, like I like to look at stuff like I'm like out in space looking at Earth.
I got a Gemini moon, you know, so I'm a deep ponderer. So, but no, I mean, my background is in psychology. I love looking at psychology and astrology and blending it together. So, I mean, no, I think that's a fantastic question. I'm going to have to now go in a rabbit hole and see if anyone's actually looked at attachment styles and done a deep dive into relationships and monogamy versus ethically non-monogamous stuff. So, that's going to be my next rabbit hole at 2 a.m. when I can't sleep. So,
all right, that's interesting though. I mean, I just wonder though. I feel like it could, like, if you just simply just cause like a person who is it's like me. I attach to people. First of all, let me say I'm a twin too. Ooh, I feel like that matters.
Oh yes, are you a fraternal twin or identical twin?
We're fraternal. I got a sister.
Oh, okay.
Like, and then, so think about that on a deeper level, how my attachment to women would become.
Now let me ask you this: do you know if your sister has cheated or been cheated on?
Oh, she's done it. Yeah, my sister's the wild. She's the wild one. She's the open one. Like me, I'm like So I don't want to.
Are you the laid back? Okay. So hold on.
But
are you? Which month does your Leo birthday fall in?
August.
Okay. So is she the loud Leo and you the quiet Leo?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That's the vibes I'm picking up.
Yep.
Okay.
She's the socialite. I'm the shy one. I'm the weird one.
Was she born first or last?
Last.
Okay.
I was born first.
Okay.
Yep. 2 minutes. But I always think about that, like, you know how some people get kind of like a complex from their mother on how they was treated growing up?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like I might have some certain complexes due to my twin being a woman and how I relate to women in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, me, I found myself quickly getting attached to women I date. And I feel like that's possibly a direct result of me being a twin.
You always had your sister.
Exactly. I've always had a woman.
Someone right there.
Right there by my side.
I mean, yeah.
So I had recently just came to that thought. Because, you know, we had a falling out. And I realized, like,
especially like
it felt like a heartbreak.
Yeah, especially like if you guys were always together and now like it's not.
Nah, not even that per se, but just when your spirit is just intertwined with somebody, you just know, you just can feel it.
In my graduating class, I swear to God, we had like 9+ sets of twins. It was crazy to see the twin effect in action.
It's definitely a unique experience.
I would say so.
I'm about to pick out the next topic. Let's see what we're going to talk about next. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Let's see. Oh, shit. I don't want to talk about this shit.
What is it?
Trump assassination attempt. To me, it's a joke.
Where's my ear bandage?
Yeah, it's a joke. I mean, it's not much that I could really even... It's not much I could really say about that. I feel like, no, I can't say shit.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
New topic.
Next, yeah, we can't talk about that.
Wah, wah, wah. By the way, Kendrick Lamar is doing the Super Bowl.
Oh, dope. That's gonna be lit.
That's how you know someone's already winning the election.
That's gonna be lit as fuck. All right, here we go. We're not doing that one, so we're gonna try this one. What would it take for KC to be considered a major city? All right, I can get with that. KC is the town. I can get with that.
I just got into it with someone trying to be running for a politician about this one.
Oh yeah? Okay, you gotta share. What was your experience?
I think he's running against Emmanuel Cleaver, which I wish someone would have ran also against Emmanuel Cleaver and the Democrats, but whatever. Kansas City needs to work. Right now we're growing too big. So this question could be posed in a few different ways. Kansas City, when it comes to the creatives, we have everything it needs. People forget that we have been the inspiration for so much history-wise. Like, if we go back to, like, the Green Book, we had so many places for amazing people to stay. People need to do the history, like, deep dive into the history of Kansas City. Like, Google's free. Look it up. Please. We have so many talented creatives. Hopefully, a lot of us will be getting together to figure out how we can make Kansas City pop off on a larger systemic scale. Mm-hmm. Kansas City is growing too big without putting in the infrastructure needed. We have a lot of major corporations coming in and buying up apartment complexes from places like Colorado, Utah, Arizona, and rent is going up at an astronomical rate. We do not have a transit system. Housing is, as we all know, ridiculous. Why we are not putting in places the right people. Our city officials, our people on the boards, people working in volunteer spots, if they don't look like the people representing the communities that they are serving, change is never going to occur. So At the end of the day, things aren't happening, things aren't working. People have got to go and advocate more. If you don't want to go to vote for president, if you don't want to go to the big elections, at least go to the local elections. So many people didn't even know we had an election just a few weeks ago, and that's the problem.
I was just having a conversation on the last podcast about that.
Everyone's like, what? You went to go vote? What for? I'm like, yeah. And now the police are getting a raise because you didn't even know. And that's the problem. You can't get your news just from social media. TikTok is a great way for you to know some things. I don't watch the news, but you have got to take accountability in some way to realize what's going on in your city. Luckily, we do have things like Casey Defender and Casey Discover, but those people are going to get burnt out. We have to save our own city. When I talk to people who are from Detroit and other towns who have... People need to research where we're headed. And they need to look at the people who are running against some of the incumbents and look at what they're trying to do. We have a cop city that is in action, and the proposal's already done, plan. It's being built up north. Look at what's happening in Atlanta and look at what's happening in New York and some of these other places. Kansas City, we have maybe 3 to 5 years.
For what?
Before we are the next Atlanta and New York.
Well, I mean, there's pros and cons to that. I mean, I feel like
Atlanta didn't have water.
Oh, I wasn't talking about in that sense. I'm thinking of musically.
Yeah, no, musically, as long as we support each other creatively, it's great. That's why I'm like,
because I want us to become a hub like Atlanta or New York musically.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of the cities that have a heavy music influence, I mean, they just know more. Like, it's crazy. Still to this day, you can still go some places and say KC, and some people be like, "Where?" Be like, "What?"
Tech Nine who?
Like, what? How you don't know? I remember I said KC one time. It was like in the last couple of years. I was somewhere else, another state.
You have to say Chiefs now.
And they said Kentucky. I said what? The fuck? But yeah, I just I agree with you. Like, I don't like to talk about politics for real. Cause I mean, just it's exhausting when you're black.
It's sad. Yeah.
It is exhausting.
It's not for us to save.
Yeah.
Listen, no.
I just think because the way we need to go about things is way more different than I feel like. It's just different than politics. I'm very I don't know if I'm gonna say untraditional or I'm gonna say old school. Like, I just believe violence is the answer. I'm sorry.
I'm a mix of both. At first, I was not, but that's because I realized I wasn't taught history the way that it actually went down. And then the more I actually started whitewashing my history, I was like, oh.
Oh, it gets deep when you start peeling them layers back.
I was like, oh no. Woo. Okay, no, now I understand. So I'm a mix of like, how can we have discourse and realize what needs to be done, who needs to do it. One of the statements, and I'm never afraid to say it in a group of my friends, because I have predominantly a lot of white friends, and some of them like the statement, some of them don't. There's no such thing as a good white person, just white people who happen to be good.
Ooh. I don't even know if I should speak on that or make a statement about it.
Well, because at the end of the day,
because I was raised by a white person.
I'm mixed. Like, my dad is white.
Okay.
Like,
so I feel like when you have that unique experience, you can say certain things, and I feel like inherently, my mother that raised me, she was not all good.
That's what.
She was not. I mean.
That's what, like.
She wasn't free of any racist thoughts. Is what I. Unfortunately.
It's a controversial statement, but my meaning behind it is there are white people who happen to be good because those are the ones that, like, I have one of my friends, Mariah, I fucking love her. I will literally be on the phone with her and she will be like, hold on. There's someone pulled over. And she will literally get out of her car and will see what the fuck the cop's doing with the butt. Like, if it's a minority or whatever. Because she's like, no, I'm going to use my fucking white privilege. Because she knows, like, I can't do that. Because she's like, no, I feel like this person's doing something shady. Mm-hmm. And she's like, no, they're not doing anything. Leave them the fuck alone. She's like, no, because they're not going to say anything to me. Or she'll just get out, or she'll just record to make sure the person just gets home safe. And honestly, I think if we had more people like that, would we have...
I don't know, but sometimes people need to mind their fucking business. Sometimes.
If that's... But what if that...
I mean, I'm just...
But what if that meant that more black people got home safe from police stops?
But that's the fucked up part about America, that something like that has to be the reason why you don't get shot. You gotta have a white chaperone.
You know what?
To not get shot. That's crazy to me.
If we have to start somewhere, because I don't see anyone else right now trying to change it.
White people need to be checking white people.
That is a white person checking a white person.
Hold on. Outside of the presence of a black person, this needs to start happening when we're nowhere in the fucking picture. White people need to start fucking checking white people.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, check your fucking counterparts. You know?
I've been on the phone with her, and her son's done that at Quick Trip to someone else. So she's teaching it. That's what I'm saying. If we had more white people checking white people and teaching it, this is a problem that stops.
Yeah.
So that's what we have to do. That's why I tell people it's not a problem that we can solve. Because we didn't start it. If we didn't start the problem, we can't solve the problem.
No.
But if we had more people willing to help us and willing to check other people for us, because I'm exhausted.
I think it takes both. I think it's going to take whites checking whites, and it's going to take for black people to start unifying. Mm-hmm. You need both of those things to happen for a real change. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just saying in Kansas City, because
all together.
Just all together. You know what I'm saying?
But that's why I want our creative spaces to also come together and for us to be recognized. Because Kansas City has so much talent. And when people think of Kansas City, they don't think of us positively.
Nope.
It's in such a negative light. And what I hate is, like, this narrative right now that Kansas City crime is up. It's a yes and a no. Because, like, car break-ins and stuff like that, we've also had a heavy influx of people migrate to Kansas City.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people are coming from, like, Chicago and...
Like, are you telling me, like, in any big city you don't have car break-ins?
Right.
Like, yes, homicides, but we also don't have enough police force. But also, I wouldn't want to work for KCPD. Mm-mm. Because look at what they... Yeah, let's just say that.
That's what we need. Like
if
to
we
be
had...
a big city, we need, like, certain, like, basic things, like a full transit system, like you were saying. Not just going from fucking downtown to the plaza. Oh, Rich Man's Lane right here. You know, this is all fucking white people. Like,
if you have a real job, you got to get up and, like, plan your whole day.
Yeah.
To ride the bus.
Why the train don't go from the east side to the west side?
Huh? Oh, because it's so dangerous and we have all these unhoused people. We'll do something about it.
Or the way Kansas City is set up, you really could do a big ass circle and we everybody be good.
Yep.
And use the inner city buses, and then boom, you got a good transit system right there. You know what I'm saying? St. Louis got one.
Yep. And if we revamp KCPD, I think more people would be willing to work for KCPD. I wanted to be a police officer forever. Like, I
Really?
used to do ride-alongs, and I wanted to be a police officer, whether it be to work for the detectives or actually work for IA, Internal Affairs.
So what made you specifically not want to work for KCPD no more?
Once I read the statistic of how many rape cases were actually unprocessed, and then their justification was, we don't have, the manpower, the people, and yada, 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 and just started doing more deep dives. People don't realize Kansas City is actually used as a test pilot for a lot of different programs that they then implement or don't implement across the nation. And yeah, if I trusted the people that I would have to work under to protect and serve, I would.
Yeah.
But, especially considering I wanted to work for Internal Affairs, because my mind was, in order to, my goal once it, because like I said, I'm mixed, I'm biracial. It took a long time for me to realize what colorism was. It didn't apply to me. Once I finally got that in my head, I was like, how can I break this system to actually help and do what's needed? How can I use my proximity to whiteness in the best I can to do the most? I wanted to work for IA, do certain things, and then once I realized certain things were not actually how they appeared, I was like, yeah, no. I'm not going to risk my life. I'm not going to do this. Because I can't actually help the people I want to help.
I hate the fucking police. All of them. Even if they're nice to me, I still hate their ass.
Yeah, and then right around that time is when you have all the stuff that started happening with George Floyd, and then you have just all the different protests and stuff. So, I mean, the 1,000 list of names at this point, I feel like. So I was just like, yeah. And every now and then, I still dabble in my head, like, do I want to go sober for a little bit and work my way in there? And like, no, it's not worth it. I'll find another avenue and to do what's needed.
Yeah.
But Kansas City has a lot of issues.
More power to you for wanting to be a cop in the first place. I fucking hate the police.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. For me,
trust the police.
Nope. I will call myself a politician before I ever call myself a police. I love myself some Jasmine Crockett, so there can be two Jasmines. At this point, yeah. And it's sad. Like, I tell people in situations, like, don't you ever. I want to walk out of this situation alive. I have mental health issues. Nope. So, but I think Kansas City, if we focus on the creatives, just the talent alone. I mean, actually, there was someone from Kansas City last year who got to work on the Usher Super Bowl.
Nice. See, that's the type of stuff I want people to see in the city. Is like, we have, like, it's a lot of, like you said, talent, undiscovered talent. But these people have national potential. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people have national potential to just...
Yeah. There was a girl today...
blow the city up. Like, so many people come out of St. Louis. So many people come out of Chicago. So many people
Fuck
come
St.
out of...
Louis.
But it's still in the same state as us.
I know, but
St.
Louis gets so much recognition just because of their elitism and their fucking history.
Well, yeah.
That's the only reason why.
Hey, I'm not putting them on a pedestal at all.
I know.
But I'm saying they just have that.
It's because of their mindset.
That recognition. And unity.
I know, but
they support each other.
That's why I said it's their mindset. I know.
You know what I'm saying? Kansas City don't have that. It's a crab in the barrel mentality. Once Kansas City realized that there's enough fan base for everybody to have a fan base, there's enough money for everybody to get money. I mean, do you got one person in your phone just their music? No. We all fall into these different pockets.
No.
You know what I mean? And if once everybody get that in their mind, you're like, hey, I might not even fuck with his music, but you can still
download
push
it,
him up.
share,
you
like,
ain't gotta download it. Go be in this video.
Go share, like, post. It's not
My
hard.
thing is like everybody wants to be the man here, that person, just the one, instead of being, you know, I'm the one, but you a one too. You a one too. You a one too. That's my mindset. That's how I treat my creative community. Like, I really feel like we all can make it, bro. Like, just because you make it before me don't mean I still don't have potential to make it. It's not no race. Why everybody in the city act like it's a goddamn rat race? It's not a rat race.
Well, like,
everybody's journey is their own.
And, like, no one ever wants to, like, sit or help or, like, networking.
Yeah.
Networking, I feel like, is where Kansas City has its problem. Or people have its problem. Like, networking is key.
Yeah.
You have to know who to talk to, where to talk to. Like, we don't have any big, like, events where we can all just go hang out, talk to. Or if it is, it's just, you got to go to so-and-so's big event. Our so-and-so's big event. But people don't go support each other, so then you don't go meet. Everyone just knows each other on Facebook or Instagram. And they don't, like... Unless you go to, like, Casey's Gifts Big Gala or the, like, Casey People Awards, like, something like that, which not everyone even goes to those things. No one knows everybody. Like, we don't have a collective space or even, like, meetups to do anything.
We definitely need that. We need more support here. Hey, I want to know what y'all think about these two topics today. Our first topic was, is cheating okay if you were cheated on? So drop a comment. Let us know what you think about that. And for all of our locals here in Kansas City, what would it take for our city to become a major city? Stay tuned for more engaging content coming from the Black Umbrella TV. Thanks for watching, and we signing out. Peace.